You're watching Throttle House. I'm Thomas.
And I'm James.
And this is a bit of a different video than we normally do, but we decided that it was time that we showed you all the cars that we own.
The place where we've put our money with the mouth is.
That's not how the saying goes, but that's okay. We're gonna move on. We're gonna start here with Schnitz.
Alive and well.
Yep.
You've been living with this, you love it.
I love this thing. I seriously do.
Anything changed? Anything?
Yeah. There's a fresh addition of I think a dump truck sprayed molten rubber on me on the highway.
Right.
Other than that, it's right as rain.
So how much was this?
How much was this? This was $16,000.
Okay.
You wanna ask me how much I put into it?
How much did you put into it?
Oh, I don't know, a couple grand maybe at the most.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds very reasonable.
Yep.
We're going to drive all of these today.
We are. But before we do that, we have to talk about this. Because
this is ToeFoo.
This is ToeFoo. You might know ToeFoo already. I hope you do. And how much have you spent on this car now, James?
I don't want to talk about it. Too much. However, so last time we featured this, it was in a drag race, and
it blew up.
It didn't blow up. It had the wrong differential.
Yes.
Even though it was sounded almost the right one, and then it broke itself.
Yes.
And it was also pulling power the same way it was on our road trip. Since then, it's been to Clarkson Fine Cars. They've stripped it top to bottom. It now has the correct differential.
Yes.
They found a bunch of different things when they were going through it that needed fixing, and they fixed all of those.
Yeah.
Including the owner had put the wrong MAF sensor on it.
Oh, so it's probably, okay.
So that was why that was the power issue.
Have you driven it since the upgrades?
I've not driven it since the upgrades.
Sorry, the fixes. They're not upgrades.
The fixes.
Yeah.
The $5,000 extra fixes. But what's $5,000? You know, now it's showroom condition. If you go to a really dodgy showroom.
Yeah. Speaking of showroom condition.
Oh, well, hold on. We need a drum roll here.
Oh, okay.
I sold my MX-5.
I don't understand. It's right here.
Nope. This is a brand new 2023 MX-5 Miata.
Wait, sorry.
ND2.
Oh, it's an ND2.
ND2.
I see. That makes sense.
I previously had a 2016.
Yep.
Don't touch it.
Sorry?
I previously had a 2016, and they offered me in trade, because the market's so messed up, what I paid for it 6 years ago.
That's so nuts. Seriously.
So we'll go through some of the upgrades, because I know basically exactly how I want to experience an MX-5 Miata, and you'll drive this today.
So you've done the lighter interior in this one?
I went with the white interior.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Does it have cooled seats yet, though?
No.
No.
That's Mazda's fault, though.
That is, man. It's not your fault.
So the upgrades, if you don't already know, more horsepower, higher red line, wireless CarPlay doesn't really work, telescoping steering wheel.
Oh, right. That was the big one for me. I remember that was very important.
There's a few, well, I've changed that. There's a few things I've changed. So quickly on the exterior, as you can see, this isn't a blue. It's a slightly different blue to what I used to have, because I couldn't get that. It was out of stock for the next year or two.
That's right.
So this is Gloss Atomic Teal.
Who did the wrap?
This is by Limitless Wraps.
Okay.
So the same fellas that did the something in Japanese.
No, that was your fault. We've been over this.
Which is my fault.
Yeah.
Wrapped this beautifully in Gloss Atomic Teal.
Gloss Atomic Teal?
Yes.
That's the name of it? Okay.
It's quite blue, depending on what light, but I tried to copy a certain colour.
It's teal. It's teal?
It's teal.
Like if blue were over here and teal were over here, it'd be like, you know.
It's got some green in it.
There? Yeah.
This has the Mazda Aero kit around the edges, and on the rear I have the same DAMD spoiler that I used to have on my stubby antenna, which is how you can tell it's got mods.
Speaking of mods, I do. Oh, look at your
Delrin door bushings.
Yep.
So in order to get the white interior, you have to either get Soul Red Crystal or the dark blue, which I thought was way too dark. So that's the original color there.
I see. Yeah. Your previous one was black, right?
It was black turned blue. This is dark blue turned blue. Yes. And this has the stock wheels and tires at the moment. However, I have got from Flying Miata their new Kogeki wheels.
Are you saying that correctly?
Unknown. I have them here, but I don't have them with the tires on them. So unfortunately, we weren't able to make it happen in time. So I wonder it'll kind of look quite aggressive with that. But as it stands, it's more of a luxury build than a hardcore. It kind of looks like baby Ferrari.
But I do believe you've upgraded the suspension.
I've upgraded the suspension. We'll talk about that when we're in the car. And then obviously there's a wind restrictor. That's not the stock wind blocker there.
Oh.
Stock wind blocker is kind of this plastic beehive-looking thing. That is that's from Wind Restrictor, and it's really very nice.
No, it actually
Does it make
great.
a difference with the wind? Don't know, but I can see through it, and it looks super sweet. And they do ones that light up, but I thought that was too
No,
gaudy.
seriously though, I genuinely really like the way this car looks, and I've always liked the way this car drives, and I'm curious to drive this now on the new suspension, because I love Miatas in the way that they float, but I wouldn't mind them being a little bit more buttoned down. You know?
I had some very, very specific needs for the suspension, so we'll talk about that when we get to it.
Okay.
But I'll leave us on the fact that there is one. I think Mazda has the best red in the market, Soul Red Crystal.
Yes.
I've not been quiet about that.
Looks exactly like Soul Red Crystal.
No, it doesn't. Nothing looks like Soul Red Crystal. It's Mazda's gift to the world is Soul Red Crystal.
James loves Soul Red Crystal more than he loves his own family.
Fact. But I don't think they have the best blue on the market because, first of all, Mazda don't offer any fun colours for this car.
Yeah.
So I tried to match my favourite blue.
And what is that blue? What is it called?
LBB.
Which is what?
Long Beach Blue. Which was reserved only for this car. Now a few cars get it, don't they? Or is it just this still? No, yeah, I've seen like X4s with it.
Listen, they cheapened it a little bit. There are some other cars that you can get Long Beach Blue in.
Such a beautiful car.
It is.
I hope when they make the new M2,
Yeah. Anyway, I think that this is still, and this is clearly a biased opinion because I own the car. I think this is one of the best looking BMWs made in the last 15 years.
100% agree.
Right? It's just like I love the haunches. I love I love the profile. I love the fact that you can sit in the back seats. That was a stab at the new M2. I love the way that
you
this
mean
car
a full-grown
looks.
adult can sit comfortably?
Yes,
you can sit in the new one.
Yeah, yes. Technically, you can sit, but not
like
comfortably. Anyway, I have done a few upgrades to this car, but I've kept it very chill, to be honest. Right? Like I could have done, a tune. I haven't tuned it because, to be perfectly honest, I'm having a hard time fathoming why it would need more power because I actually really like how powerful it is right now. I can spin the tires all the way through second gear.
I'm looking forward to driving it. These wheels look like knockoffs of the M2 CS.
And no, they're not. They are a unique design called the VS5RS by Apex. I had another set of Apex wheels on before this, but I really wanted these because they just released them. They're like the ultralight.
Yeah, they look
forged.
like M2 CS wheels.
They do. They're definitely
which were
an
gorgeous.
homage.
Which were gorgeous.
They're great. They're super thin. They look amazing. I love the way they look in the car. And this has been lowered on AST suspension, which you will experience in a minute. But listen, look at this. Look at this. Look at my fitment.
It's a great fitment.
Isn't that?
Yeah. This is how you look in the Abercrombie mirror with their special lighting level of fit.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
But
somehow, I'm fit today.
Somehow, this is not the car you go on about when you call me in the evening.
It is not.
No.
That is reserved for this one. Spaghetti.
What's the name of the red?
This is a really special name for this one. It's called Repainted in the 90s.
Wow. Is there an accent on that, or?
Yeah. In the 90s. No. This is Spaghetti. This is my 1972 Alfa Romeo Spider, and I love this thing to death still to this day. I have pretty much done nothing to it, other than change the oil, and other than that, it's been perfectly reliable. Okay, well the fan did blow up and dent the hood and puncture the rad, so.
But that's it.
But that's it, and the engine mounts died.
Right.
So I fixed them.
So why is it taking you so long to show the audience this car?
I don't really know. We just haven't had a chance to,
this is the
show
chance.
it off.
This is it.
This is it. This is Spaghetti.
This is how we make a video about Spaghetti and the Miata without doing a whole new review.
Do a whole video,
Although
yeah.
we will do the Miata. I think we should do a versus with the BRZ and everyone at some point.
I mean, that'd be fun.
Or
yeah.
all the generations of Miata.
That would be very cool. But elephant in the room, I do have another Alfa Romeo that is not here right now.
Another one you're not going to show the audience for?
I'm
What
sorry.
a tease.
It's not ready. What do you want from me? It is a 1970 Alfa Romeo GT 1300 Junior, and it is currently at Ricci Auto Collision being restored is a strong word. He wanted to fully restore it, like acid dip it, bring it back. I was like, I don't have the money. Just strengthen it.
I already have an Alfa that
just tighten it. And the engine is being rebuilt by Marco at Pinarello Motori, the guy that came that day and fixed the Isetta.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's rebuilding the engine, and it's going to be a bit of a resto mod. I got some Alfaholics parts that are going on.
Yeah, if you've seen Thomas talk about his dream car, it's the Alfaholics GTA V?
GTA. You're just throwing letters together. It's the GTA R290.
The Grand Theft Auto Vice 290.
Yes, that's the one.
And that 1300 Junior is
as close as I'm going to get.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thomas, and how much was that?
I got it for like 28 grand.
And this was how much?
This was 20 grand.
So you've got less than 50 grand and you've got two Alfas.
I got two Alfas, both from the era that I want.
Is this the one from The Graduate?
No, that would be I think that's a Series 3.
It had a more slopey back thing.
Oh no, you're right. That was the Series 1. That was the boat tail.
The boat tail.
That's the more sought after one. It's more money. This is called the cam tail. It has a flat back, right? Not quite as beautiful. However, the best angle for this car is not from the back. It's like from right here. When you see the lines going down the side
Right.
and kind of the shape of the body, it looks like a banana.
But
in
it
a
ran
good
for
way.
decades, this, right?
Oh yeah, right into the 90s.
And it didn't look that different.
No, they did a really good job of keeping the original style. They changed the bumpers and the headlights and the interior. But I wanted this era because of this interior. Right,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
this is a 70s interior.
The wheel is beautiful.
Yeah.
And I don't normally love the shifter coming out of the console like that. Like in the
Yeah.
Fiat 500, I'm not big on
Yeah.
it. But I wonder if it works for this. I'm really looking forward to driving this.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to drive this, honestly.
Speaking of things that didn't change much in 2 decades,
Yes.
we have the 2004 Toyota Century, which looked exactly like this from 1997 to 2017.
That is really cool.
It has a V12.
It does have a V12. You win.
I win.
You automatically win.
I win. How many cylinders do you have?
Oh, God, I knew you were going to go there.
Three,
Okay, so I got
4,
4,
8,
6,
I'm at 20.
10,
20, sorry, Mark.
14.
14.
Oh, I have another one, though. I have another one. It's only 4 cylinders, though, so that's 18.
So you're 18. Damn it. Being by 2. I've had this a year now. I think I've done about 13,000 kilometers, which is not a lot. It's 8,000 miles.
Yeah.
But between all the cars we end up driving, it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
I have driven this to New Jersey and back. Thomas and I have driven this to Montreal and back, where they speak French. Like, that's how far away
That's
Montreal
so far.
is.
Yeah. I love this thing, and every time I see it, I'm reminded of its presence because there pretty much isn't anything else on the road other than like a Rolls-Royce Phantom.
Yes.
That gives you this much like, oh wow, like it makes you do this. You're like, oh, it's this big grand thing.
And
especially
it's a happy
with
maker.
your stupid flags you've got.
Right,
on.
why would you can't hit the British flag and then call it stupid.
What's it called? It's called the Union Jack.
Yes, Union Jack / Union flag. I think
Is
there-
it-
no, there was a bit of controversy because I always learned that it was the Union flag if it wasn't on a boat and it was only the Union Jack. But then that's been
debunked.
someone in the comments is already typing. Actually, you'll find, and so look for
With that
comment.
noise
Yeah.
coming out of their mouth.
And if you haven't seen the Century, which you probably have, it is Toyota's version of the Rolls-Royce.
Yep.
This one has fender-mounted mirrors. It's right-hand drive because they only made it in Japan. And it's really quite special. And when I bought this, I was like, what the hell am I doing? I was supposed to buy an EV, like an Ioniq 5 actually, was what
Yeah.
I was about to buy. And then we tried this for Was from at Collection Auto, sat us in it, and I was just like, yeah. Since then, it's been PPF'd,
Yep.
fully XPEL PPF'd.
So is my M2.
So
yeah.
I can do that, and also I can wipe it down. And the beauty of that is just I keep it clean.
You
yeah.
just immediately wipe it down. I love the PPF. Well, the thing is that PPF is only as good as the paint that's underneath it.
Yes.
Right? So like if you had orange peel before, you're still going to have orange peel. That's just the reality. But this didn't have any orange peel.
No, and this,
so it doesn't
and this
now.
is black, so it got dirty so quickly. A black shiny car is impossible. It's probably
Yes.
the only thing harder is matte black.
Yeah.
So I've been wiping it down. Without XPEL, I started wiping it down. It started scratching immediately.
Yeah, don't do that.
So I got it corrected and then I XPEL'd it. So yeah, I'm going to drive you around in this in a minute.
Yes. Well, there's one more car that we have to talk about that isn't here.
Which one?
My race car.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm talking about my race car.
Why is it not here?
Well, because what am I supposed to, I mean, bring the trailer and like drop it off and the whole thing? That's annoying. No, it's broken. It's at Clarkson Fine Cars as well. Currently, I blew the clutch at my last race weekend. But anyway, it is a 2001 BMW 325 Ci that is been converted to a 330 Ci. And I got Moton racing dampers in it. I'll talk about it. But I can't talk about that car without talking about my simulator because they've supported the whole thing.
Right.
You were just drifting on it a few minutes ago and enjoying yourself quite a lot. You were actually.
I was doing it. It's very, very good.
It is
It's very good, and it's not.
Yes.
You can't crash or die or waste cars.
Anyway, Advanced Sim Racing built me an amazing simulator, and I've been using it to prep for race weekends. And they designed a whole chassis with a Throttle House Racing logo on it.
It's weirdly cool.
It is so cool. I love it to death. And I've been using it to prep for race weekends. And I just won a race last weekend, so I think it worked.
Well, now that I've practiced my drifting on the sim,
Yes.
why don't we go for a little ride?
No.
and
There's no drifting.
Why don't we go for a little?
No. Okay, fine. You can drive.
Okay.
Do you know how to double clutch?
Oh, I've seen 7 clutches in my life.
What?
Okay.
You ready? Seatbelt time. That's
Seatbelt.
all you get. Safety third. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of safety third, I'm surprised they managed to get a little airbag in that little.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%, 100%. Here you go.
No.
Yeah, listen, it's part of the experience, okay? Got these in Italy. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
I was with you when you bought these.
I know. There you go.
Thank you.
All right.
Is this to protect me, or to protect the car, or to reserve my dignity?
No, look how cool you look right now.
I feel like Catwoman. Okay.
I'm not sure. Okay, give it some revs as you start it. Yeah, give it some revs.
All right.
Yeah. Revs. Let go, there you go. There it is. There it is. Now we're talking.
Let's go.
That is the 2-liter Nord engine. All right.
Okay.
It's just slowly into second.
Slowly.
It
Slowly.
grinds.
It grinds.
Oh, yes.
It's loud.
Isn't it? Yes. Double overhead cam. Independent throttle bodies.
It's slow.
Yeah. It's not about speed. It's about experience.
Right.
Hey,
This.
look, you're doing it.
This.
That's it. You're auto. Yeah, you're full
Oh,
on.
I got a bunch of snot. Hang on.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, that's why you got the gloves. I see. For snot.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Lovely, lovely steering wheel.
Isn't it nice?
These are the horns.
Yep. It's there.
You're all in trouble.
How do you feel about being able to see your feet so clearly? Isn't it weird?
I feel like Tarantino would love this. Okay, so neutral's there. That feels really far to the right.
No, it's-
Beautiful shift knob
Isn't
as
it-
well.
isn't that pretty?
Yeah. Oh, the lights
Oh,
on
there you
green.
go.
Okay, we're in first.
Yeah.
We're
All right,
going.
a nice like 1-2 pause into second.
Okay, ready?
It's got second gear grind. They all get it.
That was a long.
It was a long
That was
pause.
long.
Okay, maybe clutch out on the way into second as well. Shift! Oh, yeah. Isn't this great?
It doesn't really progress. It just.
Well, so that's this particular engine. The 2-liter is known for kind of the low down torque as opposed to...
What do we do? There's a bump. How does it?
You can fit. You can fit.
In
Thread the
between?
needle. Thread the needle.
In between?
In between, yeah.
Ooh,
Isn't
that
that
felt
cool?
good.
Isn't that cool?
That felt good.
Crank it. There it is.
So no power steering.
No power steering. You don't need it on the go. The car doesn't weigh anything.
How much does it weigh? You don't even know.
I don't actually know, but
It's so funny how little we know about our own cars.
well, because I never weighed it, and like
You just
I
love
don't-
it. You just love it.
I just love it. I
That's
don't
all that
really
matters.
care.
Yeah.
As soon as I drove it, I was like, this is what I want.
Two gauges, so simple, so
Yep.
beautiful.
Yeah, the red line starts at about 6, but there's no rev limiter.
Oh, I went past that. Okay.
Yeah, no, I noticed. That's why you felt like it dies off.
Right, I forgot
Right?
what gear I'm in.
You're in third.
I'm in third.
You're in third,
I'm
yeah.
in third. Okay. All right, we're gonna thread the needle again. Okay, I kind of get the gloves.
Isn't it cool?
Like
You feel
the visual with
yes.
the.
Yeah, you just nice work. Yeah, you kind of like look down and you see.
I'm gonna hang up my gloves.
No, yeah, you're like, and you got the gauges and like.
Look, you haven't got to advertise the roof down, pure engine experience to me. Like, it is to me the pinnacle of my car enthusiasm. Everyone has different car enthusiasm.
Yeah.
If you want to sit there and stare at this on your driveway shining red,
Yeah.
and that's the way you enjoy your cars,
That's it.
fine.
I'm fine with
you
that.
love detailing them, getting them all soapy, and
Yeah.
then jerking yourself off in front of the mirror about the car you bought. That's
Weirdly
fine.
specific, James. That's weirdly specific.
I'm just saying, a soapy car. Okay, let's go. But this.
All right, shift that 5.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. No grind. Well done.
So this to me is like peak, although a bit more safety tech.
What do you mean more safety tech? You mean some safety tech?
Some safety tech.
Yeah.
Some refinement.
So, don't go too fast through here, but go through it decent, and you'll feel how light the car is. Once you get over the steering, you
Yeah.
feel it immediately settle in,
Yeah.
right? This is actually a really good handling car. It's very, very neutral.
It's joyous. That's what the toy roadster class of
Yes.
car should be.
Feel it lean a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's just fun. It's just for fun.
Yep. And the noise. That's the sound of Italy in the 60s.
Go.
Yes.
30 miles an hour.
I don't think the speedo's working properly. But the ride's pretty good too, right?
How much horsepower does it have?
It's, you know, like around 100.
Is it double digits?
It's just triple, maybe.
Just triple.
Maybe.
Triple digits, baby. What's your favorite memory from this car so far? Apart from the speeding ticket you somehow got.
I don't know how I got a speeding ticket on this car, but I did. What is my favorite memory? I don't know. It might be, honestly, driving out in the middle of nowhere to a burger joint with my wife on a Sunday afternoon.
Aww,
Isn't that adorable?
Isn't that so wholesome?
Right?
I like it.
But that's what it is. It's like, it's a weekend car that you just experience, you know, like, I'd say less than once a week you drive something like this.
Right.
This is not an everyday car, even though I have done chores in it.
What if I told you there was a car out there with safety tech, with the roof down, also really lightweight, and now Apple CarPlay? What if I told you?
I guess I'm gonna drive it, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, here we go. Oh, I got more revs.
Oh, you got more revs.
Woo!
181 horsepower.
That's
naturally
enough.
aspirated 4-cylinder, lightweight, rear-wheel drive, manual, beautiful.
All the things. Heated seats.
All the things that translate to emotion as you drive.
I just turned your heated seats
Don't,
on.
I don't want my heated seat on.
I don't know how you didn't notice.
Okay, so I love the Miata in its stock form.
Yes.
So the fact that I've changed it is not a condemnation of how it comes stock. I think it comes as a beautiful blank canvas. However, I think it needs to look visually lower from factory.
Yep.
I think it needs to have a more exciting exhaust.
Which it does now.
Which it does. This has the Goodwin Racing Roadster Sport exhaust.
Yeah.
I had it on my previous one. It's fun. It doesn't drone much. It doesn't boom at all.
It's just the right volume.
It's when you're on throttle, it's fun.
Honestly, though, the suspension is so obviously different to me.
Yes, it's just
steady.
It's somewhere on the way to Cayman level of like.
Okay, so what is it? What suspension is this?
This is a suspension by Super Miata. It's called
Okay.
Zedas coilovers.
Okay.
So on my previous Miata, I had Progress springs, which are just a spring for the Bilstein coilovers that it comes with.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is genius. This is a $100 part. I'm going to lower it. It's going to be like maybe 20% stiffer, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want it any stiffer. And then it was $800 of labor. I was like, no! And everyone's thinking, no, you can do it yourself. I lived in a very downtown apartment back then, so that wasn't the genius move I thought it was. And this time round, I didn't put springs on it. And I think the Bilsteins on the GT model here, with the way it's set up, it's not perfectly matched. It bounces quite a lot. And I was getting annoyed with the bouncing.
Yeah.
So I thought this time the only thing I'm going to change beyond the other changes I wanted was the suspension, and this is.
And you did it right, because everyone on the forums says for the Miata you get the Zetas, right?
Yeah. There's definitely great options. People go with the Meister R, the Öhlins.
Yeah.
But from everything I've read, and you have to. This is one of those things like strollers and diapers. I wouldn't know, but you have to become a nerd about them before you can spend the money. It's so annoying. You have to become. So I read Dickensian levels of word counts on forums to find out what the move was.
You're right. So based on what I know about Zetas, is that it's you listened to my mantra, which is don't do cheap coilovers. If you're gonna do coilovers, they have to be high-end ones. Unfortunately, this is the unfortunate truth of it, is it really makes a huge difference.
And I called them. I was neurotic. I was the annoying customer being like, oh, but what if, and if I want it, and there's a pothole where I live, and they were fantastic to deal with. So really, really happy with them.
The handling is fantastic, but the best part about it is that it's not too stiff.
No.
There's still Miata lean.
Yeah.
But like it's so like just absolutely undramatically smooth now.
Put this up. I feel like it's got the same joyous thing that the Alfa does. But
yes, no, it genuinely does. Like I give you a hard time about your teal Miata, but
like how good is that shifter? Oh, how good is the shifter?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the way this car feels. You've got this absolutely dialed in. And this is rare for me to say, I don't think I would change a thing about this car as it is.
I've even changed the steering. I like the stock plus thing, right? I don't like it looking modified.
This looks like a stock steering wheel, except it's smaller.
Not, it's not. This is Guardian designed. Yeah. This is the Corsa 330. The diameter is small. I went with a smaller diameter because I love the Cayman wheel. Yeah. It's definitely on the small end. Some people might find it too small. But
I don't mind it because it reminds me kind of like, it's like the same size as my sim racing wheel.
Yeah.
So it feels very natural.
The whole thing feels like it's just great. It's just great. Like it's not perfect if you're tall. Like the seat, if you could put the seat all the way back, it rubs.
Right.
The Bluetooth CarPlay shits the bed so often. Mazda have not figured that. This is not a perfect car.
No.
But as far as Miatas
No, this
go,
feels brilliant in the corners. Excellent. Like, the mid-corner bumps are dealt with so beautifully by this suspension.
And I think this white-blue combo, and I don't normally comment on the combos because it's a press car or a borrowed car,
Yeah.
but I expect this, and I think the white with the blue just feels...
No, it's nice.
It's light. It's
Yeah.
the Barbie movie as a car. Like, I play Umbop, and as I drive this, only Umbop. I've got one playlist called
just
Miata Play.
Umbop.
Yeah, it's just Umbop.
Yeah.
That's the vibe of this car.
No, fair enough. How about we drive something a little bit quicker?
And more serious. Oh yeah.
There it is. Oh, that's torque. There it is.
This is your blue machine.
This is my blue machine. This is more. The more I live with this car, the more I drive it, the more I realize that this is more a fantastic daily than it is a sports car in this state, right? When you get into the CS and stuff like that, then it starts to be a lot more of a sports car type of thing. But this is just such a great car to drive every day and live with. It's just comfortable enough. It's just sporty enough. It's just loud enough. It's got Apple CarPlay and all of the stuff.
How's the suspension?
Well, it's like a Porsche.
Right.
So,
They can't all be like, it's like everything tastes like chicken.
yes. So
Obviously Porsche's the benchmark.
the
though.
biggest issue with the stock suspension on the OG M2 is that it's severely underdamped. There's not enough rebound damping, so it doesn't slow the wheel down enough. So over bumps, it would go boop, 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 and it would just keep moving, and it drove me nuts. Somehow that left the factory from BMW. So AST/Moton, they've sponsored me for racing and for this car, and they sent me, well, they rebuilt my Motons that I use for my race car, which are the most game-changing like pieces of tech I've ever put on any of my cars. And this is the AST suspension. So this is the more like road weekend track day sort of thing. And these are single-way adjustable dampers, okay? Full coilover setup. And I absolutely love these things because it now has that kind of, it has that Porsche vibe. One and done damping. It's
Single way as in you can turn it on the top.
well, you turn it on the bottom and it only adjusts rebound.
I think that's what I've got in the MX-5.
It's the same thing, it's the same idea,
Right,
yes.
right.
I actually tested the 5300s, these are the 5100s from AST, and they were a three-way remote reservoir damper. And I love them, they were amazing. They're similar tech to my Motons on my race car, but they had solid top mounts for racing and there's too much road noise for me.
Right.
If you were doing track days, if I was doing every weekend track day with this car, that would be the perfect setup. But I went with this uses the stock top mount, these 5100s. So you feel how it just immediately settles into the corner.
yeah,
Isn't that
that's nice.
crazy?
Very nice.
It reminds me of a Porsche. It reminds me of a Porsche GT car. It has that style of suspension, right?
Just not as low slung.
It's not as low slung.
You feel like you're in more of a car. It's still car.
Yeah, it's still a car, but now it's so responsive. The best part about the suspension for me is that you turn into the corner and you feel it immediately settle into its weight transfer and it doesn't move.
Right.
So it just constantly was bouncing before, doesn't do that anymore. I love it.
I remember when we compared this to the M240i
Yes.
X-Drive, and the M240i X-Drive is a brilliant car, but there was something just more like hooligan-y about it. More like it makes you smile more.
Yes, this one's just got a little bit more character. The engine is a little bit more like snarly and like angry, right?
It's still turbocharged. It's still there, isn't that like?
Absolutely, and it's the issue. The one issue that I have with it is that there's still turbo lag no matter what you do, obviously. And this one doesn't. You don't chase revs as much in this car as you do in the later M2s.
But there's power.
There's so much torque, and this is stock.
How much horsepower does it have, this car?
I don't know actually.
Another one.
Yeah.
This just proves though, when like our own cars, we barely know.
It just doesn't matter to me. The answer is it enough? Yes, it is enough.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? This is on Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, right, which is a perfect tire for this car, I think.
Yeah, I've ordered AS4s for the Miata.
Oh, okay. You want a little bit more streety?
Yeah.
Want to slide around?
I share all my cars with my wife.
Yeah.
And she rips the Miata. She drives the Century. So I want it to be more livable. I don't need it to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a question. You've recently said something very controversial, which was if you can get the CT4V Blackwing at this sort of price, you switch it.
Yeah.
What does that have over this?
That has better steering.
Right.
Right. It has better steering. It has 4 doors, which is very nice.
Better transmission.
It has a better transmission, and well, it did have a better ride. But this now with the upgraded suspension, this is genuinely better than a Blackwing. I think, for my purposes anyway.
It's not as beautiful as this.
No, this is just this car genuinely excites me when I see it in my driveway. I love the wheel setup that I've got. I love the feeling of the torque. As much as I love naturally aspirated engines, and I personally think, and you agree with me on this, I think, naturally aspirated engines go better with manual transmissions.
Absolutely.
Right?
The thrill and downshifting, that just, it feels more raw, more
Yeah,
pure.
and when you have an automatic, usually the gears are a little bit shorter, and it can compensate for wherever it is in the power band based on the turbocharger and all that, right?
Yeah. Personally, I like turbo automatic for daily, manual naturally aspirated for the fun.
Yeah, as the days go by, I am more the same. But
so for my daily, I have an automatic naturally aspirated V12. Makes sense of that.
Yeah, good luck with that one. No, I don't know. I really, really like this car. I don't know if I'm going to keep this car forever. Is it like if the CT4V Blackwing is available for the same price?
Right.
I think I'd swap it just for variety. But that doesn't mean people that message me all the time and tell me you bought an M2 because of me. You've made the right choice. Full stop. Because this
doesn't mean they've made the right choice.
No, it does mean they made the right choice. They absolutely have. Even though I might change the car, trust me. You are going to be happy with your M2s. I
think driving car enthusiasts are allowed to change their cars. I think it's part of the problem that we have.
Yeah, as you can see.
Honestly, as much as I love the MX-5, I don't want to say it's a forever car. I don't think there's much value in that because still it's the only car like it's in its kind. But if Honda came out with a new S2000,
it was better, or
Toyota came out with a new MR2 drop top that was better, I'd switch.
Yeah, fair enough.
And if it came in blue.
That's all it would take for you, right? Okay, what's next? What should we drive next?
One that's easy to get lost in translation in.
Holy crap!
That's loud.
Oh my god! That's what your car sounded like for the whole road trip?
Yeah. It was painful, I will say that.
I mean, it sounds amazing, but maybe not for, 1,000 miles.
Does it feel different? That's the question. So second gear, there was no torque, right? None.
Yeah. Still not a lot. Oh my god.
Not a lot. But it maybe feels better.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit more responsive because it was so dead on the throttle you said before, right?
Yeah. Like I tried to follow you from lights in Vegas.
Yeah.
And nothing now.
Oh, okay.
That's something,
Oh my god. What the hell? That sound is incredible. Yeah. It genuinely sounds like the induction is in the cabin with me.
I forgot how many rattles there are going on in this.
So many.
Oh, ToeFoo. It was the most unforgettable drive in a car I've done, was ToeFoo.
Oh, easily.
Oh, I forgot it was quite stiff as well.
It's quite stiff, yeah.
And low.
Yeah.
But it's working. It's working and it's for sale.
Oh, just that sound alone.
That's my favorite gear change is second into third.
Second into third?
And you keep it in that VVTI zone.
Yeah.
It's just as loud as you go in.
Oh, that's...
It's like if you go third into the VVTI here. And then go to... you're out of it.
God, that's cool. What a noise.
And it handles
oh my god, it feels so good.
Well, you forget it's so light.
It is so light.
Thread in the needle.
Thread in the needle.
I think we hit both.
I think we hit both of them, yeah. Oh my god. That is a very smile-inducing noise, I will say. It feels so nimble.
So nimble, so light.
Can I drive?
Yeah, all right.
I want to try this.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Oh, you know what's nice? Power steering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
This is a luxury car.
The huge tack is great too.
Where's the red line?
Nobody knows.
We don't know. Beam swamp, baby.
Oh, it feels fantastic in the corners.
Yeah.
That buzz I could do without, I will say that.
It's only at that certain RPM.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's about, so it's a couple thousand RPM, so like that much.
It's a little window.
It's a big window buzz. What a crazy difference to what I was driving for the road trip.
Go, 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 go.
Oh, the second to third shift.
I told you.
Oh, yes.
So our intentions with this vehicle is to sell it.
It is to sell it.
But until then, we're going to enjoy it this summer. And then all the modifications we've done to our other cars we'll put in the description. But yeah, this was my experience for 1,000 miles, give or take, across the desert in the US.
Here's what I will say. It's definitely worse in some ways and better than others than Schnitz. So like between the two of us, we had both the full gamut of a great car and a real crap one. No, this feels incredibly dialed in. The steering, the suspension, the shifter, the clutch.
Oh, it's a wicked car.
No, the whole thing feels like a weapon. I really enjoy it, honestly. I could do without that one buzz, though.
Should we take a quick break from the loud cars?
Okay. I could use a break.
And go and sit in something a bit more refined for a second.
Okay. Okay, this is nice. This is nice.
It's the same copyright thing because I normally have my orchestral music playing.
Putting my feet through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, when I got this car, I thought my wife would drive it a bunch so I could sit like that. And I think
How much time have you spent right here?
Maybe an hour. Maybe an hour.
Oh, this is just so excellent.
It's just lovely. It's just lovely.
Oh my God, it's so nice.
Well, what were we talking about?
I don't even remember. It doesn't matter now.
It's a spa.
I love that among our small collection of cars, there is such a range of experience.
Such a range.
A ridiculous range. We've got classics, we've got sports cars, we've got drop tops, we've got like loud classics, resto mod type of things, right? Like and then this. On the exact opposite end of the spectrum, so far away, we have Japanese luxury.
Sub 300 horsepower V12, depending on who you ask.
I don't care how many horsepower it is.
It's just smooth.
The 12 cylinders is very cool, though.
Since we bought it, not only have we done those road trips, we've drag raced a Rolls Royce where the Rolls Royce didn't make it to the end of the quarter mile, and the Century did. Mr. Doily. Oh, we put the plate Mr. Doily on. That was the other update.
That's new since the last time people have seen it, right? Yeah, this is Mr. Doily now.
That was one of the top comments. We told you to name the plate, and someone said Mr. Doily.
And you named it Mr. Doily.
So this is Mr. Doily.
Here's the reason, in case you were curious.
So the headrest being down, the feet through, you can see the whole thing, right?
Oh, I've got this amazing view in front of me. It's actually a very excellent way to enjoy a road trip because I'm in a recliner.
Yeah.
Right? And I've got a perfect view of the road ahead.
I really enjoy providing a chauffeur experience. That's why I don't
I'm
mind.
glad.
No, it's nice. Like, I feel like it must be the same feeling that like masseuses get when they watch their clients relax.
Right, yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of, I don't know. I love it. Also, you look like you're not covered there. You know, let's upgrade that experience a bit more.
Oh,
there
I see.
we go.
I see what's happened. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've had this in use a lot since I bought this car.
Yeah.
And my favorite thing to do with that particular feature where the blinds close is people are curious about what this car is. It's weird. I see them in traffic going, what the?
Yeah.
What's that in there? I see them behind me in the rearview mirror.
And you close the blind?
And I just close it and they're miffed. They're just like, they don't know what they've been denied, but they're just annoyed. It's
How
really
dare they?
So fun. It's so fun to do. I feel terrible every time. I'm like, this that you can't see in here.
And
I've been to Japan now.
That's right. You have
I
been
went to Japan.
Yeah. You probably saw a lot of Centuries.
I saw no, not that many.
Really?
Every other car was a Crown.
Yeah, but every car's a Crown.
Every car is a Crown.
Yeah. It deals with that very well, actually, if I'm being honest.
So yeah, so many Crowns.
Yeah.
I looked for Centuries. I think I saw about 4 or 5 Centuries of this era, and I saw 2 or 3 of the newest Centuries.
Right.
So it's still rare, which was nice to see. And every time I saw one, I was like, yes, yes. And every time there was just like a chauffeur in there with a newspaper being like, why is that weird English guy looking at this?
Exactly. So, yeah. I think my favorite part about this car, I mean, we obviously talked about it at length. My favorite part continues to be the absolutely no compromises approach to building it. Because this many years on, nothing is creaking in here. Everything is rock solid. Like, you can imagine if you stripped away the wool upholstery and you actually looked at the structure of the seats and of the doors, you would find that they're made out of thicker and better and higher quality materials than any other car. And that is why this car is so special.
I don't know what circumstance would occur for me to sell this. And again, nothing's a forever car in my mind.
Right.
But
But why would you?
But I really like,
yeah, because really if you've got a spot. The only way that you'd probably change this is if you changed it to a different century for some reason, just for a different experience.
Yeah. Well, I haven't changed. I don't want to change it. You know, some people have done some really fun stuff with it. There's a guy called Divine Media on YouTube. He's lowered it. He's put crazy rims. I think he's done a wide body. and you know, obviously F Sport has put that $18,000 Formula One exhaust on it. Like, let them do that. I love this pristine and stock.
Exactly how it is.
There's something else that you've kept stock that you have no plans to change, isn't there?
There is. You know what we need? We need the sunroof open. I'm feeling it. Ah, yes.
All right.
Schnitz. Here she is. I feel like Schnitz is a guy in my head.
You know what it is? It's a car.
It is a car. I love this thing.
It doesn't feel that slow.
No, it doesn't feel slow because there's torque. Yours doesn't have any torque.
That's what it is.
Right? Right? Like immediately it shoves you, right? It definitely dies off near the top, but
the steering's not so great.
No. It's not about on center feel or feedback or sharpness.
What is it about?
It's about size. The steering starts to get good. It's not in a straight line. It starts to get good in like a long corner when you get it loaded up. But most importantly, this car is just fun around town.
Right.
The revs fall so quickly. You slam through the gears. You ignore how crap the shifter is, and you just like dart. Like, I think one of the most fun times on our trip that I had was ripping this thing around Las Vegas.
Right. Even though you're not a big fan of Vegas.
I hated it. But we wanted that. We wanted that shot of us in front of the Bellagio, right? What are you thinking? So I mean, a little bit behind the scenes. It took more than just the one pass down the strip to get that shot. So we had to go back and forth a few times, and I just loved like doing U-turns and ducking down through the streets.
The shifter doesn't feel very nice.
No,
I rephrase. Yeah. The shift motion doesn't feel very nice. The golf ball shifter feels amazing.
Right, and the golf ball.
I love that.
No, this shifter, the linkages are horribly designed. They fail all the time. This shifter has died on me 4 times since I've had the car.
The seats are comfy like ToeFoo.
The seats are comfy, yes.
But you hear original hot hatch. In my head it was some. I don't know, for whatever reason I built up this like idea of like the Civics, the Type R's. Like the EP3 we drove.
Yeah.
That's sort of like buzzy, a bit buzzy, but...
A bit buzzy, yeah.
This doesn't feel as hyper as I thought it would be.
No,
which
it's
makes
not.
sense. It feels like a GTI.
Yes, exactly,
yes.
right? It's more refined than that, right? Well, for the era. It's more about its size and where the wheelbase is. There's something about the front axle location on this car that I just love.
Yeah.
It makes it feel so small.
I like how the roof liner like flickers in the wind.
That's a feature?
Yeah.
That's a feature. Yeah.
Not a bug.
Yeah, no, it's called the wispy liner.
The wisp. It's got the wisp.
Yeah.
Go on. You got this, Schnitz. Yeah, much torquier. Doesn't rev out like ToeFoo.
It doesn't rev out, but it's got that torque, right? That punch. From 3,000, it just goes.
It's definitely a more comfortable experience than I had in ToeFoo.
Yes, it's quieter as well.
Yeah.
Quite a lot quieter. Yeah.
Okay, and you still love this car?
I still love this car.
No plans to sell it for a minute?
No plans to sell it. But
we can't do that with every car we buy because that's going to get too expensive. Which is interesting because we have purchased 2 more cars. If you've stayed with us through this video of talking about all our cars, then first of all you deserve a medal.
Yeah, it's probably pretty long at this point.
But also you win the information
award.
The award of the information.
The award of the Throttle House information.
That we have another road trip planned.
We do.
The cars are purchased.
Yeah.
They're very cool.
They're
and
very
that's all,
cool.
That's all we'll say for now.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. But hopefully you've enjoyed this little
Jaunt through our
yeah,
garage.
this YouTuber style, like, you know, I think we totaled it up. It's not even $200,000 of cars.
No, it's not, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't need the crazy.
I
thing.
think it's a very eclectic collection, and I'm quite proud of the cars that we own.
But I'm curious. I think we should do an extra Throttle House video at the very least.
Yeah.
Talking about what would we get if we had unlimited money? What would our garage look like with unlimited money?
And you know what else we should do, actually? We should do, because like this is just the cars we own now. Over time, we've owned so many other cars, right? We should do a video of all the cars we've ever owned.
Oh, I see. Oh, there's some embarrassing photos associated with those. Okay, so keep an eye out for that on the Extra Throttle House channel.
Stay tuned.
But as it stands, from now, back to reviews on the main channel.
I think we have to, what's the, oh, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.